गुड आफ्टरनून. आवाज येतोय माझा?
येस मॅम.
हो मॅम, येतो आहे मॅम.
ओके. So good afternoon. Today we'll see about a very small remedy but very important remedy in day-to-day practice. So the remedy is Colchicum autumnale. You can see the in image the flowers of the Colchicum autumnale. So in this way the plant grows mostly in hay. Hay means gavat. The scientific name is meadow. So its common name is meadow saffron because it grows in hay. And the word saffron, why? The meaning of saffron is Keshar, Crocus sativa. But it is not a saffron. When the flowers are dried, it looks like saffron. So the common name is given meadow saffron. It is not exactly the saffron. So its full name is Colchicum autumnale. The common name is meadow saffron. Family is Liliaceae. Part used for the preparation of the drug is tincture of the bulb, which is dug in spring season. And the habitat of this plant is mainly in Europe. So again, we are having a example of doctrine of signature. Is the meaning of doctrine of signature means we match the physical characteristic or physical properties of the substance to the diseases, symptoms, or the symptoms of the human being. So here, as it is having name Colchicum autumnale because it blooms during autumn, and the same, usually the symptoms are aggravating during autumn season. So it is a doctrine of signature. The flowers blooms in a autumn season. The symptoms are also aggravated during autumn season. So it is the doctrine of signature. Also, it is the useful remedy for autumnal dysentery. The dysentery which is in autumn season. It is the most important remedy for gout and rheumatism. What is gout? Gout is the metabolic disorder mainly affecting the urine metabolism. Urine is the protein, type of a protein. So it is a metabolic disorder which affects the urine metabolism, leading to uric acid deposition in the joints. So it is the most important or best known remedy for a gout. Dr. Hughes says this medicine has a diuretic action and it increases elimination of uric acid by the kidneys. What happens in gout? As in gout, there is a impaired metabolism of urine and which ultimately leads to the uric acid deposits in a joints. And what this medicine does? This medicine has diuretic action, which increases elimination of uric acid. So it is useful in gout. Here is the gout. Gout is also known as inflammatory arthritis. You can see in the image, the uric acid crystals gets deposited in a joints. So constitution, these are the robust person. The word robust means strong person. Robust persons with leukophlegmatic constitution. Already told you leukophlegmatic. Calcaria cough. Leukophlegmatic means slow, sluggish, obese people. So it is having robust person and leukophlegmatic constitution. Temperament, it has a irritable and melancholic temperament. Melancholic means sadness, feeling of sadness. So they continuously feel sad, easily getting sad. So temperament is irritable and melancholic temperament. Thermally, they are chilly, means all complaints are aggravated due to cold and better by warm. So thermally they are chilly. Miasm, it covers psora miasm. Diathesis, it is rheumatic and gouty diathesis. Means it has affection for joint complaints. Rheumatism means joint complaints, arthritis. And gout, we have seen gout. So it has diathesis, rheumatic and gouty diathesis. So constitution is a robust person with leukophlegmatic constitution, irritable and melancholic temperament, thermally chilly patient. It covers psora miasm and having diathesis of rheumatic and gouty diathesis. Then sphere of action, where actually it acts. So it acts on digestive tract. As we have seen, it is having autumn dysentery. So it acts on digestive tract. It acts on heart. I will explain you how. It acts on heart. It acts on pericardium. It acts on kidneys. We have seen its pathological action. It has diuretic action. So it acts on kidneys and it acts on joints. When given in crude form, it causes inflammation of joints. So its sphere of action is digestive tract, heart, pericardium, kidneys, and joints. So pathogenesis. So this colchicum, when given in a crude form, it irritates the digestive organs and produces nausea, vomiting, loss of appetite, colic, diarrhea, and painful cramps. When we give it in a crude form, it causes irritation of digestive organs and it produces nausea, vomiting, loss of appetite, colic, diarrhea, and painful cramps. Means it acts on digestive tract. Also, it produces inflammation of intestine, which leads to sloughing, which ultimately passes out scraping of the intestine in stools with blood and mucus. As we have seen, it is useful remedy for dysentery. Dysentery, it is the diarrhea. It is like diarrhea, but the stools includes blood, mucus, which are very painful, mainly due to ulceration of intestine. It also includes scrapings of the intestine. So it produces inflammation of intestine, and dysentery, stools contains blood, mucus, and scrapings of the intestine. And third action, it produces inflammation of joints which are very sensitive to touch. And initially we have seen the drug has diuretic action. So it helps to kidneys to remove uric acid, to eliminate uric acid. So in pathogenesis, mainly it causes irritation, inflammation of intestine and joint, and also diuretic action. So it is useful in clinical conditions like appendicitis, which is inflammation of appendix, asthma, also useful in cataract, cholera, because in cholera there is an inflammation of intestine, colic, cough, cramp-like pains, diabetes, diarrhea, dropsy. The meaning of dropsy is edema or swelling, accumulation of water. So dropsy, it may be generalized or a specific part. So it is also useful in dropsy. It is useful in dysentery, useful for eye affections. Sorry, spelling mistake. Feet are painful. Gout, useful in heart affection, mainly the valvular affection. There are walls are affected, walls of the heart. It may be mitral wall, tricuspid wall, bicuspid wall, or pulmonary walls. So whenever there is a wall affection, and it mainly after joint affection. When we take a medicine for joints, joint pain, it gets subsided and heart complaints started. The remedy useful is colchicum, and another one is abrotanum. Then there is a suppression of joint pains. The suppression of joint pains leading to heart affections. The main remedies are these two, colchicum and abrotanum. Also useful for lumbago, back pain. Useful for myalgia, means muscles pain. Useful in nephritis. It may be due to gout because it is metabolic disorder. There is a affection or there is a disease or disorder of metabolism. Then it is also useful in pericarditis, means inflammation of pericardium. Useful in prostatitis, that is inflammation of prostate. Useful in prolapse of rectum, for rheumatism. When there is a stiff neck, we can use colchicum, and also useful in typhoid fever. So relate the sphere of action, pathogenesis, and clinical conditions. Then elements from. So the colchicum has elements due to grief, misdeed of others, getting wet in rain, and due to checked perspiration. The other remedy for getting wet in rain are rustox, belladonna, and checked perspiration. The meaning of checked perspiration already explained in calcarea cow, means whenever there is a profuse perspiration in patient uses some antiperspirant agents like some perfumes, deos, or the creams which decreases the perspiration, and that decrease of perspiration leading to complaints. So it is the elements from checked perspiration, means suppressed perspiration. So the remedy, colchicum, It has no specific mind symptoms. So we'll directly go to the keynotes. So there is a nausea, vomiting, and faintness at the smell of cooking food. So the first most important keynote is there is a nausea, vomiting, and faintness at the smell of cooking food, especially smell of cooking eggs, fish, and meat. So by this symptom we can use it in pregnancy also for hyperemesis gravidarum. The another remedies for same symptom like nausea, vomiting, and faintness due to cooking food are arsenic, sepia, but here the specific is given, the smell of cooking eggs, fish, and meat. Here abdomen is immensely distended with gas. They feel as if it would burst. So we have seen dysentery usually in autumn, autumnal dysentery. Useful in gout. Another characteristic symptom, urine is dark color and inky colored urine. Dark ink-like color of urine. They are sensitive to external impressions such as light, noise, strong odors, contacts, bad manners, etc. It makes him almost beside himself, and his suffering seems to be intolerable due to this external impressions. Means suppose patient is having headache, he cannot bear a mild light also, or simple mild noise also, small noise also, he cannot bear. It is very intolerable for him. So there is a great prostration with internal coldness and tendency to collapse. Also useful for effects of night watching and hard study. Also there is a shocks as from electricity to one half of the body. It is not so important, very rare symptom. Bad effects from suppressed sweat and dreams of mice. So we'll see particular very small remedy. So in head, there is a headache, chiefly frontal and temporal headache, but sometimes occipital and nape of the neck is also painful, and it is worse in the afternoon and evening. In eye complaints, pupils are unequal, left pupil is contracted, there is a variation in visual acuity, lacrimation, that is tearing. Lacrimation was in open air, means watering of the eyes in open air. Violent tearing pain in the eyes. There is a dim vision after reading and spots before the eyes. These are not so important in colchicum. The GIT and joint complaints are most important. In face complaints, pain in the facial muscles which are aggravated due to movements, tingling and edematous swellings, cheeks are red, hot and sweaty cheeks, and very irritable with the pains like chamomilla. Also there is a pain behind the angle of right lower jaw. Not so important, GIT. It is most important. So in gastrointestinal tract, we have seen it causes irritation, it causes inflammation, and there is a profuse secretion of saliva. There is a profuse secretion of saliva. Other remedies like Moxol, Borax, the clinical condition in which there is a profuse secretion of saliva like stomatitis. So it is useful, also useful in inflammation of tongue, stomatitis. The second most important, the smell of food causes nausea, even faintness and vomiting. There is the vomiting of mucus, bile and food. With that, there is a burning or icy coldness. The two opposite symptoms. Either there is a burning or icy coldness in the stomach with craving for various things. We have seen abdomen is distended with a gas. They feel as if it would burst. Autumnal dysentery, also dysentery due to getting wet in a rain. Dysentery in autumn season, dysentery due to getting wet. The stools are very offensive, profuse and abundant in quantity. Yellowish stools with whitish mucus and blood, painful, transparent, jelly-like mucus. And there is a pain as if anus were torn open with prolapse. So stools are very offensive, profuse, yellowish, whitish mucus with blood, painful diarrhea with jelly-like mucus, and there is a pain as if anus were torn open with rectal prolapse. We have seen stool contains scraping of the intestine because it causes ulceration of the intestine. So stool contains scrapings of the intestine. So stool sometimes passes with violent tenesmus. Tenesmus means pain, cramps in abdomen. पोटात कळ मारते म्हणतो आपण तसं. So stool sometimes passes with violent tenesmus. Other very important remedies for dysentery are Merck Core and Nux Vomica, in which the Merck Core having so much tenesmus, more than colchicum, violent tenesmus, and which are also not better by passing the stools. So violent tenesmus, two remedies, colchicum and Merck Core. In Nux Vomica, there is also tenesmus, but that is temporarily better by passing stools. So also there is a constant ineffectual efforts to pass feces, spasms of the sphincter, anal sphincter during the discharge of stool with shuddering over back. Chills आल्यासारखं होतं, shuddering, shivering. So spasms of the anal sphincter during discharge of the stool with shuddering over the back. In urine complaints, so urine is dark, scanty or suppressed urine. Also sometimes bloody, brownish colored, inky colored urine. It also contains clots of putrid decomposed blood, albumin and sugar. So why it is indicated for diabetes also. In heart complaints mainly valvular complaints due to suppressed joint pains. when we give remedy for joint pains, suppose our remedy is wrong and it suppresses the joint pains, it goes to the next layer of the body, that is heart, the crucial layer, and it causes valvular complaints. So valvular complaints after suppressed joint pains, colchicum and abrotanum. You may heard after few years back, there is a chikungunya, epidemic of chikungunya. So at that time, many doctors used steroids for joint pains because it is very severe pain. But it is noted after that joint pain subsided, many patients started with heart complaints. So here we can use colchicum and abrotanum. There is anxiety in the region of heart, impulse which are not felt. Also useful for pericarditis, means inflammation of pericardium with severe pain, oppression feeling and dyspnea, and pulse is thread-like pulse. The sound of the heart becomes weaker and pulse is of low tension, weak pulse. And most important, gout and rheumatism. So colchicum, the joint pains due to cold, damp weather, by cold rains, also due to heat of summer. So it is called as summer rheumatism also. And the striking feature running through this remedy is tendency to move from one joint to another, from one side to another, from below upward and from above downward. Means changing type of the pain. Means sometimes there is a pain in right knee and sometimes it is left knee. So it moves from one joint to another. Why this is? Because why it is mentioned? Because some remedies has left-sided pain, right-sided pain. As in bryonia we have seen the right-sided joint pains. In like cases left-sided pain. So when we have the changing pains, the pain is changing from one joint to another or from one side to another, from knee joint to ankle joint, ankle to thumbs. So we can think of colchicum. So rheumatic condition with swelling or sometimes without swelling. First here, next there, changing from place to place. Another striking feature is general dropsical condition. What is the meaning of dropsy? That is accumulation of water, edema. It may be general or specific part. When the hands and feet swells, there is a pitting type of edema, pitting on pressure. Pitting means if there is a swelling and we give a pressure, it causes pit-like formation. Khadda padto तिथे. This is temporary. So that type of swelling is called as pitting type of edema. Also swellings that are inflammatory, rheumatic, dropsical swellings with pale urine. So in joint complaints, what we have seen, the joint complaints which are aggravated or caused due to cold, damp weather, cold rains, extreme heat of summer, and the joint pains travel from one joint to another, one side to another, continuously changing place to place. So rheumatic pains with swelling or without swelling. then muscular rheumatism, and also rheumatism of white fibrous tissues of the joint, that is tendons. So muscular rheumatism and rheumatism of white fibrous tissues of the joint. So we have seen rheumatic troubles that have been going on for some time will end in cardiac troubles. So we have seen when cardiac troubles with valvular defects are present, almost the first thing we should think of history of rheumatism. Then rheumatic pains of clavicle, neck, shoulder, arms, and great toe. Flying pain in hips means once right hip is affected, then after some time left is affected. So flying pain. Tearing type of the pain in the thighs, knee joints with swelling. Patient screams with pain when touched. So there is a great sensitiveness to be touched. So patient screams with pain when touched. And all these joint complaints are aggravated due to motion like bryonia, summer weather, autumn, and touch. These are better by rest and lying down. Skin complaints, blotchy, papular rash on the face, pink spots on back, chest, and abdomen. It is also useful in urticaria. Urticaria, it is allergic rash, mainly maculopapular swelling, maculopapular rash. And modalities, general modalities, there is the aggravation due to autumn, sundown to sunrise means sunset to sunrise, that is night aggravation, cold, damp weather aggravation, aggravation due to motion, loss of sleep, smell of food, aggravation in the evening, mental exertion, exhaustion, and effects of hard study. Means they want to say the mental exertion. Effects of hard study means mental exertion, night watching. And they are better by stooping, better by warmth, and better by lying still, better by rest. So there is the aggravation in autumn season, in the night, aggravation due to cold, damp weather. Just a minute. आवाज येतोय माझा?
Hi, yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
We have seen aggravation in autumn season, aggravation in the night, aggravation cold damp weather, aggravation due to motion, loss of sleep aggravation, aggravation due to smell of food, aggravation in the evening, aggravation due to mental exertion, exhaustion, and effects of hard study, and better by stooping, warmth, and lying still, means rest without any movement. Relationship is compared with colchicine. The word itself suggests the colchicum contains the alkaloid colchicine, and the other remedy colchicine. It is compared with it. The colchicine having same symptoms like intestinal catarrh with sweaty membranes, convulsive jerkings of right hand, rheumatic fever, gout, endo and pericarditis, pleurisy, arthritis, or intense pain of rheumatism. So it is rare remedy colchicine. And other remedies which are compared with colchicum are Carbovegetalis, arnica, lilium, arsenic, and veratrum. It antidotes to thuja and antidoted by belladonna, camphor, cocculus, nux vomica, pulsatilla, and spicilla. So the very important remedy for gout and rheumatism. We'll revise in short. Colchicum autumnale, these are flowers, this is plant. So full name is Colchicum autumnale. Common name is meadow saffron. Family is Liliaceae. Part use tincture of the bulb, usually dug in spring. Habitat is Europe. It is received the name Colchicum autumnale because it blooms during autumn, and usually the symptoms are also aggravated during autumn. So we have another example for doctrine of signature. So as there is aggravation in the autumn, useful in autumnal dysentery. Very most best known remedy for gout and rheumatism. Dr. Hughes says that this medicine has diuretic action and it increases elimination of uric acid by the kidneys. This is gout, image of a gout. You can see the uric acid crystal deposition in the joints, also known as inflammatory arthritis. It is mainly due to a metabolic disorder affecting the purine metabolism. So there is a defective purine metabolism. Purine is a type of a protein and its byproduct is uric acid. As there is no purine metabolism proper, there is deposition of uric acid in joints. So constitution we have seen robust person, leukophlegmatic constitution, slow, sluggish, obese persons, strong persons. Temperament is irritable temperament and melancholic temperament. Irritable means they get irritated easily, and melancholic is they feel sad easily. Melancholic, the word meaning of melancholy is sadness. So they feel sad easily. Thermally they are chilly. Psoriasis is a miasm. Diathesis is rheumatic and gouty diathesis. Sphere of action, it acts on digestive tract, acts on heart, pericardium, kidneys and joints. Pathogenesis, when we give it in crude form, it irritates the digestive organs and produces nausea, vomiting, loss of appetite, colic, diarrhea and painful cramps. It also produces inflammation of intestine leading to sloughing, which ultimately passes out scrapings of the intestine in the stools with blood and mucus. It also produces inflammation of joints with sensitiveness to touch. We have seen clinical conditions. There are a number of clinical conditions. Remember, according to their sphere of action. As it acts on heart, it causes heart affection like valvular affections, pericarditis, endocarditis. If GIT affections, diarrhea, cholera, colic, typhoid fever, dysentery, and joint affections like rheumatism, gout, dropsy, stiff neck, like that. You can remember. Elements from grief, misdeed of others, getting wet, checked perspiration. Important keynotes. There is a nausea, vomiting, and faintness at the smell of cooking food, especially smell of cooking eggs, fish, and meat. Abdomen is immensely distended with gas. It feels as if it would burst. Useful in dysentery, usually autumnal dysentery. Useful for gout. Urine is dark color, inky urine. They are sensitive to external impressions such as light, noise, strong odors, contacts, bad manners, etc. That's important. Head. There is a headache, chiefly frontal and temporal headache, but sometimes headache at occipital and nape of the region, nape of the neck. They are worse in the afternoon and evening. Eye complaints. The pupils are unequal. Left pupil is contracted. There is a variation in visual acuity. Lacrimation, which is worse in the open air. Violent tearing pain in the eyes, dim vision after reading, and spots before the eyes. In face, there is a pain in a facial muscle which is aggravated due to movements, tingling and edematous swelling with cheeks are red, hot and sweaty, very irritable with the pains like chamomilla, pain behind the angle of right lower jaw. In GIT, there is a profuse secretion of saliva. Smell of food causes nausea, even faintness and vomiting. And there is a vomiting of mucus, bile and food. Burning or icy coldness in the stomach with craving for various things. Abdomen is enormously distended. It feels as if it would burst. Autumnal dysentery. Dysentery due to getting wet. Stools are very offensive, profuse and abundant. Yellowish stools with whitish mucus and blood, painful stools, transparent jelly-like mucus, and pains as if anus were torn open with prolapse. So the characteristic of stools is stools are profuse, offensive, yellowish, containing mucus and blood with pain as if anus were torn open and with prolapse of rectum. Also, stool contains scrapings of the intestine because it causes ulceration of the intestine. So, stools with violent tenesmus. Tenesmus is painful cramps in the abdomen before stool. So, there is a violent tenesmus in the abdomen while passing stools or before stools. There is a constant ineffectual efforts to pass feces. Spasm of the anal sphincter during discharge of the stool with shuddering over the back. Urine. Urine is a dark, scanty or suppressed urine. Bloody brown or sometimes inky colored urine. It also contains clots of putrid, decomposed blood, albumin and sugar. So it is useful for diabetes. And heart affection. Most important causation of heart affection is suppressed rheumatic pains, suppressed joint pains. So there is the anxiety in the region of heart. The impulses are not felt. Useful in pericarditis, that is inflammation of pericardium with severe pain, oppression feeling, dyspnea, and pulse is thread-like pulse. The sounds of the heart becomes weak. Pulse is low tension, weak pulse. In gout and rheumatism, we have seen very important remedy for gout and joint complaints due to cold, damp weather, cold rains, getting wet. Also, causation extreme heat of summer, which is called as summer rheumatism. And the main striking feature running through this remedy is tendency to move from one joint to another joint, from one side to another side. The complaints can travel from below upwards or from above downwards. This changing places. So rheumatic condition with swelling or without swelling, first here, next there, changing from place to place. Like another remedy, pulsatilla, changing pains. Another feature is dropsical condition. Dropsy means accumulation of water. Edema. Mainly in colchicum, there is a pitting edema. What is the meaning of pitting edema? If we give the pressure at the part of swelling, it causes pit formation. खड्डा पडल्यासारखा दिसतो तिथे. It is very temporary. So it is called as pitting type of edema. There are two types of edema, pitting and non-pitting. So if there is a pit formation, it is pitting, and if not, it is non-pitting. Usually, renal and cardiac edema are pitting edema, and the edema like elephantiasis, it is non-pitting edema. So also, swelling that are inflammatory and rheumatic swellings, which are dropsical with pale urine. Useful in muscular rheumatism also, rheumatism of white fibrous tissue of the joints, rheumatic troubles that have been going on for some time and will end in cardiac troubles. When cardiac troubles with valvular defects are present, almost the first thing we should think of history of rheumatism, history of suppressed joint pains. rheumatic pains of clavicle, neck, shoulder, arms and great toe, flying pains in the hips, tearing type of the pain in thighs and knee joints with swelling. The pain is so much so that patient screams with pain when touched. Now, all joint complaints are aggravated due to motion, summer weather, autumn season and due to touch. They are better by rest and lying down. The skin complaints, blotchy papular rash on the face, pink colored spots on the back, chest and abdomen, and also useful in urticaria. The modalities, it is aggravated in autumn season, sundown to sunrise means in night, cold damp weather due to motion, loss of sleep, smell of food, aggravation in the evening, mental exertion, aggravation due to exhaustion, and effects of hard study, and they are better by stooping, warmth, and by lying still. In relation, you can compare it with colchicine because colchicine is the active principle of colchicum. It is compared with colchicine. It is also compared with carbovage, arnica, lilium teak, arsenic, and veratrem also. When we compared dysentery, it is compared with mercor, veratrem, arsenic, also nux vomica, and when we compare joint complaints, we can compare it with bryonia, rustox, arnica, ledampal. So these are joint remedies. It antidotes to the thuja and it is antidoted by belladonna, camphor, cocculus, nux vomica, pulsatilla and spigelia. So when suppose we have given medicine and it is wrong, so to nullify its action, we can use these remedies according to symptoms. So thank you. So if any doubt, you can ask me personally by message or by call. Any doubt? Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
So thank